Have you ever stopped to think about what happens when a classic, old-school card game gets a total 21st century makeover? Well, that's what we're diving into today, the mobile poker revolution. And trust me, this is way more than just playing cards on a smaller screen. It's about a complete transformation of poker from, a pretty solitary game into this rich, global, and seriously social experience.
But first, let's start with a question for you. If you've ever played poker online, did you ever feel, well, a little disconnected? You're sitting there staring at a screen, playing against a bunch of anonymous usernames. There's no real chatter, no connection. It can feel kind of lonely, right? Well, that exact feeling is what kicked this whole revolution off.
I mean, look at the difference. The old way was anonymous, solitary, and, let's be honest, pretty generic. The new way, it's the complete opposite. It's social, it's driven by communities, and it's all about being personal. The biggest shift here is super simple, but also totally profound. You're not just playing against a bunch of faceless strangers anymore, you're playing with your friends, no matter where in the world they are.
So, how did this massive change even happen? Let's get into it. We're going to open up the new social playbook and take a look at how apps like ClubGG and PokerBros just completely rewrote the rules of the game.
Okay, so first things first. It all starts with designing for the one thing we all have in our hands, our phones. This isn't some clunky desktop website that's just been shrunk down. We're talking about seamless layouts that work perfectly whether you're holding your phone vertically or horizontally, with big, easy-to-use touchscreen controls. But the real magic, the part that makes it special, is the personalization. You can customize your tables, your cards, your avatar. It's all about making the game feel like your game.
And this is how you bring that classic home game feeling online. It kicks off with creating private, invite-only clubs just for you and your friends. Then you've got real-time voice and text chat, so all the smack talk and banter can flow freely. And then there are these wild features like, and this is my favorite, throwable emojis. Yes, you can literally chuck a virtual fireball at your buddy after a tough loss. It's all designed to capture that live, chaotic, fun energy of playing together in the same room.
And to keep you coming back for more, these apps have totally borrowed a page from the playbook of other big-time mobile games. We're talking about achievements for hitting certain milestones, daily missions like win a hand with a flush, and of course, super competitive leaderboards. This whole system makes the game rewarding for absolutely everyone, not just the hardcore pros, and it keeps the entire experience feeling fresh and exciting every single day.
Now, all these social features are awesome, but let's be real. They don't mean a thing if players can't trust the game. So that brings us to something absolutely crucial, the foundation of fairness and security. Let's call it the technology of trust. These platforms have some serious layers of protection built right in. It all starts with certified random number generators, or RNGs, which basically guarantee that every single deal is completely and totally random. Then you've got dedicated anti-cheating teams whose entire job is to hunt for bots and collusion. Add on top of that some really robust data encryption and a system that lets players like you report any suspicious activity, and you end up with a game you can actually feel confident playing. All right, so we've seen where things are right now, so let's look to the horizon. What does tomorrow's poker table even look like? Because the technology that's just around the corner is set to reshape the game all over again. Today, right now, AI is already being used to make those anti-cheating systems way smarter. Pretty soon, we could be looking at fully immersive VR poker rooms where you feel like you're actually sitting at a real table in a casino. And then, way out in the future, you have things like blockchain technology, which could create a completely tamper-proof record of every hand ever dealt, giving us absolute, verifiable proof that everything is fair.
So, when you put all of this together, what does it really mean? Well, this whole thing is about so much more than just a card game. It's a huge piece of a global social shift in how we all play.
The main thing to take away is this. Mobile poker has totally broken out of its old gambling niche. By putting the focus squarely on community, on personalization, and just on having fun, it's now attracting this massive, diverse, global audience. It's right up there with other huge social games.
It all just boils down to this one really powerful idea that changed everything. Poker tables that are always in your pocket and friends just a tap away.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. If a classic game like poker can be so completely reinvented for this mobile, social era, what's next? What other classic social games, board games, card games, you name it, are just out there waiting for their own mobile revolution? Something to think about.